Hey, what's up everybody? This is Rob with Wonstar Reviews. Today is December 25th. Merry Christmas. I want to wish you guys happy holidays, and I hope your Christmas is going to go well today. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting up early. I'm cooking what has been a family tradition for the last 6, 7 plus years is sausage balls. A lot of you guys have had requests to acquire my original special sausage ball recipe. Today I'm going to show you how to do it. The ingredients are super simple. It's just over time I've perfected, how the consistency is and how to make the best sausage balls. Now, you guys may have your own recipe to add to it. That's totally cool. I'm going to show you how to make them taste great. So without further ado, here are the ingredients. We're going to start with a pound of ground sausage. Now, I choose Tennessee Pride. These are mild. Man, I go for the hot, because I like a little bit spicier food. But my kids and people that eat them, are a little bit on the whippy side. So we're just going to go with the mild today. Tennessee Pride is good. Jimmy Dean's good. But today we're going to use Tennessee Pride. So 1 pound ground sausage. We're going to do 2 cups. We're going to do mild again. I don't have my sharp cheddar cheese, but we're going to do mild cheddar cheese. Great value is fine, man. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. Kraft is good, but today we're going with great value. Mild cheddar cheese, 2 cups. And then we're going to do 1.5 cups of pancake mix. I'm using buttermilk, and Hungry Jack is not bad. Bisquick, it doesn't matter that much. Buttermilk is going to taste a little bit better. You got to watch how much you're going to use on this though, because a lot of recipes will call for a little bit more flour. You don't want that much flour in your sausage balls, all right? So 1.5 cups here. And then you just mix it all together, okay? That's the initial part. So we got my measuring cup right here. I'm going to start with my pancake mix. And we're going to do 1.5 cups of this. Oh, by the way, you're preheating your oven to 375, okay? Don't forget that. Don't just throw the stuff in at hit 375 and start the oven like most guys do, okay? So preheat that sucker. It's going on right now. I'm gonna make my 1.5 cups here. Now again, this is not rocket science, guys. If you do it pretty close to what I got, you'll get it. You'll get it pretty close, okay? You don't have to be completely exact, okay? Just get pretty close. That's 1. I'll tell you why in a minute, because this isn't like it's not like you're baking a cake. I'm a software engineer, so it's not exact. You gotta have the code perfect, right? You just gotta get pretty close. And again, I'll explain it to you. It's about 1/2. All right, put that down, and we're just gonna throw the whole thing of cheddar cheese in here. Probably not gonna need it. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go 1 cup today, okay? I'm gonna go 1 cup. About halfway. Like I said, ballparking these 2 things is no problem, and I'll show you why. Here's what we got so far. We got the shredded cheese and then the flour in there, okay? Now, I like these ground sausages right here that come in this little, I don't know what you call these, man, little sheath or something. It's because all you got to do is just cut it open, and you don't have to touch the guts just yet, but you do have to touch the guts in a minute. All right, so I'm gonna cut it open. And guys, if you don't know how to do this, just cut pretty firmly. Just don't cut your finger off. Kind of go around the edge until you get it to fall over like this. We'll set this down. And all you got to do is squeeze it. Now, it's going to look kind of gross when it comes out, but you know what's going on. Alright, so I'm not going to move the camera, but I want you guys to see the sausage coming out. Anyway, you just keep pushing. Get it out. Get all you can, because some of that stuff's going to still be in there. You may not want to eat sausage after you bust one of these open, but hey, it is what it is. This is how this sausage is made. Alright, this stuff's coming out. You just got to inch it along a little bit. Don't want to waste it. Alright, sausage is going to be about $2 to $3, okay? And then your cheddar cheese is going to be about $2. Hungry Jack, I think I got it for $2.50. So you're not looking at a whole lot of money here to get a good deal of sausage balls, and you're gonna be a pro. You're gonna look like a boss next Thanksgiving or next Christmas. All right. So now I got just these 3 ingredients in here. Got the ground sausage. I got about 1 cup of cheese. That lighting is terrible, guys. And then I got the flour. Right. You saw all that. And now we're just gonna mix it up. All right. Now first, you don't need to get your hands dirty just yet. Okay. So you want to roll it around, bunch it up with this spatula. And make sure your ground sausage is defrosted. All right, that's huge. Your sausage is not defrosted, it's going to be chunky, and you're not going to like that. I kind of did that yesterday. I had to call an audible. I'm gonna go and throw the second cup in here, man. Sorry about that, guys. Again, this is a learning recipe. Every year I tweak it a little bit. Yeah. Now, these ingredients, like I was saying, they don't have to be perfect, but what you want to do is you want to make sure you don't get too much dough on your beef, sausage, or whatever. Actually, last week I made half and half ground beef and sausage balls. So they were kind of half. I had half pound of ground beef, and then I had a half pound of ground sausage, and I made, sausage balls, and they actually worked. Okay, so once it's kind of in there, I mean, it's not that good right now. We're going to use our hands, but what I want to do first, before I do all that, because I got to get my pan ready. My oven is baking at 375. It's going to be ready in about a minute or so. You're going to hear a ding. But what I want to do is I want to get my pan prepped. And so get your aluminum foil. Now this is key. This is key, guys and girls. When you line up your foil, make sure you spray this thing, okay? Don't go in here forgetting to spray your pan, because you're going to have a massive heart attack when your sausage balls stick to your thing, and then you got to peel them off, okay? So make sure you roll something like this. Right, just some kind of vegetable oil spray or something like that. Just an easy spray. I'm going to spray it over here at the sink. All right. Okay, so make sure you get it all. Okay? You don't want any spots to not have. There goes my thing. You want to make sure the whole pan is covered. Okay, guys? I'm speaking to the guys. I know the lady's going to do this, but just make sure. Now's the dirty part. Okay? I just got the initial mix in. All right, now you got to get your hands dirty, okay? This is a hands-on experiment. This is a hands-on recipe, guys. Okay, so you got to get it in there. Get your hands in there. Make sure you wash them first. Don't be nasty. Okay, bunch it up. Now, the key here, guys, this is the key. Don't get all excited or don't get all nervous, because you got all this leftover, you got all this flour everywhere, and you got it, and cheese, and you want to get it all into the sausage ball, okay? So don't get excited and start throwing the flour on top and changing the consistency, okay? It's whatever the meat is going to soak up is what you want to do. Don't overdo it. I've done it before where I've tried to, pile the flour on, and it's like, hey, it's not all sticking, and then I try to do this, and then it gets too big, and what's going to happen is the sausage ball is going to taste really doughy, and then nobody's going to like your sausage balls, okay, because they're too doughy. The point of this still is it's a piece of sausage, so you want it a little bit doughy and cheesy, but you don't want to overdo it. So you see how much is left over in my pan, right? Don't push it, okay? Now continue to roll it around. This is almost ready. Continue to roll it around like what I'm doing right here. Getting what you can on it, but don't overdo it. Don't try to do the extra stuff, okay? So what you're going to end up with, something that looks like this. Okay, it's still going to have some red consistency. If it's too white, man, you might have put a little bit too much dough in there, and your sausage ball is going to get really big in the oven, and if they're going to be a little bit too doughy. Okay, so don't overdo it. That's the big thing. Don't overdo it. Okay, I'm mixing it up, and it looks like it's not going to take anymore, so it's good. Now, this looks good, guys. This is 1 pound. Okay, yesterday I did 2. It was a crazy day. Now, all you got to do is start picking it out and start rolling. Okay. Now your sausage balls can be, you know, your preference in size. You know, they don't, just make sure they're not too big because it's harder to cook that way and the timing will get off. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll till you get about a 1-inch ball. Okay, see how the cheese and stuff is kind of rolled in there? This is a pretty good looking one right here. Now about 1 inch. This is what I'm doing. Okay, and then you're gonna set it on your plate, on your sheet here. Make sure you got good coverage on your sheet. Okay, and you're gonna set it down. Now you're gonna set these down about 1/2 inch. Only 1/2 inch apart. Okay. Now if your sausage balls look way wider than mine, okay, you might want to set them apart a little bit more. Okay, because I told you these are gonna grow. They're gonna get big. Okay, so if they look like mine, you're good with about 1/2 inch. You can see I'm about putting them about 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch apart. I can get away with that. Okay, let's keep it moving. Now, one little trick you could do too. I mean, you can see my sausage balls. I put 2 cups of cheese in, so I'm gonna be pretty good. These balls are gonna have a lot of cheese on them already. But if you want an extra dose of cheese, you want to do a little trick. When you finish rolling it up like this, you still have a lot of cheese sitting here in your bowl. You just take 1 or 2 dips, and see you'll get a little bit more. So this is kind of what it looks like before. Hold on, like that. You just take a little dip, just kind of pop it a little bit before you put it back in there and look at it. Right, you get some extra cheese. Now don't worry about the cheese. You know, all on your pan. That's gonna be good. That's actually what's gonna make the flavor later when we bake it up. We're gonna let it go for 9.5 minutes on one side. We're gonna pull them out, unstick them, flip them over, and then we're gonna roll with them for another 9 minutes. Okay, that's the trick. Sometimes you could make these things and you do everything right, and then you bake them, and you don't bake them enough, and then they come out and they don't taste right. Right? You got to have a little bit of crunch. I'm a big crunch guy, so having that crunch is important. Okay, so we're back. I have rolled 1 sheet. Look, I got 4 by I think 7. All right, so here we got 28 sausage balls. They're all about 1 inch or so in diameter, give or take. There's my couple of my special ones I did with extra cheese on them. Remember, just all you gotta do is just touch the cheese, kiss it, if you will. And they're about 1/2 inch to 3/4 apart. I mean, give or take, right? Give or take. You'll learn the right spacing after you get your first load in, okay? And I have about enough for another small pan, another small sheet of them, but we'll get to that later. So I got my oven at 375. This is ready to go. Let me get my oven mitt on. Guys, protect yourself. You don't want to get no burns. Burns are terrible, especially when you're trying to cook. Okay, get your oven open. All right, top rack, guys. And don't try to do this. Look, I know you got, sometimes you got to do more than 1 pan, and if you do a pound of sausage or any more, you're gonna have multiple pans running. Guys, don't get crazy. Don't get stupid. Don't put more than 1 pan in there and get crazy. Okay? So 1 pan at a time. 9.5 minutes. I'm gonna tell my Google to go ahead and do it. Set a timer for 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, 9 minutes and 30 seconds. And that's starting now.
Alright guys, so we are at the 9:30 mark. I'm going to go and open it up. And we're going to pull out the pan and make sure nothing's sticking. Oh, these are looking good. Look at that. I'm going to close this up real quick to give you guys a peek. Alright, they should be sizzling, and see how they've kind of, let me turn the light on a little bit. See how they've kind of grown a little bit because of the flour. Now remember, I told you if you got too much flour, these things are going to get extra big, okay? So we're going to go into each one of these, and don't do too much to them. What I want you to do is I want you to make sure they're not sticking yet. They're not sticking, but then I want you to flip them over. See how kind of brown they get on the bottom? That's what you want. That's what's going to give you that crunch. Okay, so flip them all over. Make sure the burnt side or the crispy side is up. And it doesn't really matter where you put them back. You know, you don't have to separate them again. You don't have to put them back in the same configuration. You just got to make sure they're not sticking and that you get the brown up. And that's that one with the extra cheese on it. See how that kind of fluffed up there. So when we stick it back in and we pull it back in 9 minutes, that's going to be crunchy. You're going to like that. Alright, they're all flipped over. You can see how golden brown the back sides are. I only had one that stuck to the pan, so make sure you get your pan really sprayed up with that cooking spray, okay guys? Again, you could just leave them like this, that's no problem. You don't have to line them back up. Alright, let's crack our oven back open. Make sure we got our oven mitt on. Top rack, we're going to go 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Set a timer for 9 minutes.
Alright, 9 minutes. And we're starting now.
Alright, see you guys back in 9. Alright guys, 9 minutes in. We are 18 and a half total. Let's see what we look like here. Alright. Now, they should be sizzling, as you can hear them. They should all be separated. Definitely not sticking to your sheet. Now, I usually take them off right now and stick them on paper towels. You don't want them to sit in this oil for too long. So I got my container still from last night's Christmas party. We made sausage balls last night as well. So I'm going to ease this over and then just stick these over here and let them dry, okay? And I'm going to eat one in a second just to test them because, you know, this is Wonstar Reviews. I got to test my food. All right, so here's the finished product, guys. 9:30 on the front side, flipped over, another 9 on the back. They're pretty much dried out on the paper towels. This is what it looks like. Really cool. I'll take one bite without the dipping sauce. Not as crispy as they were. They've been drying for about an hour and a half now. So here's the magic here with the dipping sauce. Now you're gonna get your teaspoon scoop, and we're gonna go 3 parts mayonnaise, 1 part mustard, and then we're going to, I don't actually measure the sriracha, but that's gonna be measured to taste. So we're gonna go 3 teaspoons mayonnaise, and again, we're just going to eyeball it, right? We don't have to be exact. All right, 1 more. That's about 1, right? That's a man's 1 tablespoon. All right, and then we're going to take our mustard. I hope I have some left. This is all Walmart stuff. Like I said, it doesn't matter, you know, whatever you have for mustard and mayonnaise. And we're about out here. About a tablespoon. All right. And then you could use whatever you want. I use sriracha. It gives it a little extra kick. Again, everybody's wimps here, so I'm not going to put that much in here. Count to 3. So that's what it looks like right there. We're going to mix it up. And you're going to get this yellow and white mixture like this. When you get here, consistency is going to be pretty good. And again, you could add as much sriracha or hot sauce, whatever you want to do, make it taste good. All right, cool. And then I'm going to take my sausage ball that I already ate. All right. Guys, thank you for watching my video. This is Rob with Wonstar Reviews. God bless you. Stay safe. Thank you for watching this. Give me other ideas for recipes that you got for sausage balls. I know some people like cream cheese in it. May try that next time. But give me your comments and your feedback. Like, comment, subscribe. Do whatever you got to do there. Hit the bell icon if you want to see more videos. Have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you at the next one, guys.